see if I went up another level. Well, we can't just go on and keep doing... Oh! Can't do this the entire time, otherwise our advantage will be too grand. Not that levels are all that important. I'm just gonna go on and get hit here, so I face it. This is a single monster, sort of how I wanted it. I'll just draw a sleep from it and cast on it. So basically I'm now using its own magic against it, which is quite nice of this game. And that's a sleep, so as long as I don't attack it, do any damage to it, it won't wake up for a while. So we can now draw sleeps and stock it. You can stock a maximum of 100 of a certain magic per chapter. So we're just gonna go on and stock a bit of sleep. Oh, I think it will come. No, not yet. Now these battles tend to be fairly boring eventually. Some are actually quite interesting because they're quite a dance of survival. I'll try to show those, but the really boring ones just take an entire hour or so just to get all the draws. I'm not going to bore anyone with that, so I'll be skipping those and doing that off the clock. I'm going to do a few things off the clock, of course. A bit of leveling and all of the grinding, so to speak, because I don't want to show it all. I will tell what I've gained in the meantime after one of those moments, just to keep you all posted to it and to give you an idea of what I actually did. I suggest you really get the game. It's a good game, and I find it extremely fun. We just got bear hugged again by these plants, which pretty much means it's awake and we should cast this again. It might not always work, since this is a creature that has sleep itself. It has a fairly high resistance against it, but we're lucky today. So we'll draw a bit more sleep. Now it's fairly smart to put the cursor to memory, so that you don't actually have to do all the handlings every single time the menu pops up. That's really handy by repetitive steps like this, which I forgot to do, which is stupid of me. And here we go, drawing. Basically get the general idea. I really like the draw mechanisms. It has a very small failing chance on really strong monsters, but usually it never fails. You can just draw it out and use it against itself. Monsters have an unlimited amount of magic. Oh, that one missed. And since it's an unlimited amount of magic, you can just draw it out with 3 checks at a time to get 300 of a certain magic. Now your party is only 3 men big, it can't really be any bigger. Right, we're going to get spit on us. We'll get it for that. But first we'll draw a bit more sleep and try to lull it into a sleepy state again. The beauty about the draw thing is, even if you have 100 of a certain magic, you can still draw and cast it. You just can't stock it anymore. Now there are some monsters which are perfect for this. This one's fairly good for it, since it actually has some status magic, like sleep and silence, which actually prevents it from using its special abilities and puts it to sleep. That's quite handy to have in one of these battles. If you have an enemy that only has like fire and something stronger like that, tag magic, you can basically only stock that, and you do not have any magic to use against them to put them into a non-combat state. Now if we keep this up like this, then this one's going to bear hug. This one might actually get us to yellow health. At that point I'm totally going to use limit break and kill this one fast. I'm not in the mood to have a game over this early in the game. At later stages I might be okay with it, but I prefer not to ever go game over. So here we have a bit more stocking. And then I'm just gonna go on and stop here. So basically I'll keep on doing this for a while and then you'll be back. So see you in a bit. Alright, welcome back. It was not too long for you people, and not really that long for me either. It's about 3 minutes later. It's currently asleep, and I've maxed out my stock for sleep. So I'm going over to silence now. And of course, just like with sleep, I'm not going to actually show the entire thing. I'm just going to draw a little bit, and then I'll pause it again. Alright. I'll pause it once I get it asleep or until I get yellow health. Well, I'll pause it once that happens. At yellow health I will unpause it because I want to show how that happens. And I want to make sure that you people understand how the system works and how you can sort of slightly use it to your own advantage. But since I have one party member, I probably can't use the little trick that I had for it. So that's a shame. We're below 200 health now, which is getting a bit below my comfort zone. I reckon we'll be seeing yellow health soon. Seems like he had a bunch of coffee or something. Hard to get to sleep. Some creatures actually sort of create a resistance to the spell while in the battle or such. It's just that all of a sudden it doesn't work that well anymore. It's probably to prevent the cheesy battles from destroying a boss or such with just using sleep or something on it to just keep it immobilized. And I agree with that. It shouldn't be that easy. But there we go. Let's just sleep again. Well, I'll unpause it once I hit yellow or once I hit the stock limit. So I'll see you all in a few minutes then again. Welcome back. As you can see, we just hit yellow health. And here we go. Look, Hansa Kuchen. Let's go kick its ass. I have no idea what the trigger was, so that was a bit of a failure. Let's see, the trigger could probably be circle, no, triangle, no, square, no. Tried a few buttons, nothing seemed to work. Oh, and the enemy's down. I'll just have to figure out which one is the trigger. That's the end of that battle. I'm just gonna go on and try to get out of here. I'll try not to show those battles again, not too much anyway. Don't want to bore you all to death. Just use a quick potion here. I suppose nobody really wants to watch 10 or 11 minutes of me just standing there drawing magic out of enemies, which I reckon I actually did right now, so sorry if it's a bit boring. You can be sure that I'll not really show that much anymore. Not of that anyway. I'll be doing those sort of grinding things off the clock mostly. Some of the interesting battles I'll probably show a bit from, especially if you have battles where you really need to be active and interactive with the enemy just to survive long enough to draw it all out. And well, here we are at the safe spots. Now we'll just make a new safe spot here. I'll head quickly to my own room. I can use this device, or map. I can actually select this one. And then here we are, dormitories. It sort of kicks away a little bit of time. Let's see. I'll take a quick nap, making Quistis wait an insane amount of time now. If I'd be graded for that, I suppose I'd get a really, really bad grade. But that's besides the point. Alright, we'll save here. Overwrite the previous one that we just made, since there's not really much happening in between. Alright. Now, let's head outside, shall we?